SportBikeWrench.com is the exclusive sponsor of OnTheThrottle.TV. Visit SportBikeWrench.com to find the parts you see used by the pros in OTT videos. So tell us what it's like working with these LTD kids.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, part of our program with American Supercamp, that's what we've kind of done through the last 13 years is worked with a lot of the up-and-coming racers. And, you know, these kids through Melvin Nash and the LTD program, it's been awesome to give them a shot. You know, I was lucky enough to be a part of the Red Bull Rookies Cup program as a kind of the assistant coach with Schwantz because I knew all those kids, you know, and that was kind of cool. It was awesome, but it's really great to see them, you know, take that step and continue that development, you know, and make the mistakes and see if they can, you know, recuperate from some of those mistakes, you know. I made a lot of those when I was that age, and I wish somebody was standing there to, you know, stick a foot in my behind and, you know, and go, hey, don't do that again. That's not very smart. And, you know, and with Huntley and not so much with Jake. Jake does that to himself, but with Huntley, you know, he'll take a little bit of that. Hey, kick him right in the butt. So I'm actually here helping Josh Hayes. Josh Hayes, believe it or not, has hired me for the year for any of the races that I can make to be his at-the-track coach. And my whole goal is just to not make him go slower. As long as he's still doing what he's doing, I'm okay.
Yeah, so what do you tell somebody like Josh Hayes? I mean,
that's kind of always been our motto, though. Our whole deal has always been, you know, the really great riders, the great riders that we know, the Nicky Haydens, the Ben Bostroms, and Chris Carrs, those guys never stop learning. And Josh has that exact same mentality. When he asked me about it, we talked about it last year. I've always helped him because he's such a great guy and he's always really methodical about his riding. But he asked me about it, and I was like, I don't know. And he goes, there's always something, man. There's always, I just need another pair of eyes, just somebody that's not going to BS me, that, you know, and you know, you got to give him credit for that. A guy that's winning all the races and he's, you know, out front by 6 seconds saying, I still got to be better, you know, which is awesome. You know, I love it. And it's a great guy to work with.
Yeah, because everybody behind him's looking to close down that 6 seconds, so he's got to find more time.
You know, and it's not, he's really analytical about all of the things that he does and non-emotional about it, you know, which is what you got to have, I think, to be successful at that level, day in and day out. I mean, you can have the emotion, it works for you one day, it's not going to work for you the next day. And they picked through that, which is a plus for his team and maybe a little bit of a minus too, you know. Sometimes you're like, shut up, just ride it, dude. But no, he's always trying to make it a little bit better, you know. And I don't know if I'm helping or not, but as long as I'm not hurting, you know, we're doing our job.
Melissa, I know, has been out there to take your camp, and I assume he went and took it too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how I first met Josh as we first came to Supercamp, literally, I think, 12 years ago in Talladega, Alabama. And he's been coming, you know, ever since. And they come to usually 2 or 3 camps a year. Josh and Melissa both come to, and he brings people like Dane Westby just did the school with us, and that's Michael Beck. That's how Mikey, I knew them, and, you know, I'll come to the camp and program. And Josh is always there trying to get a little bit better, you know, and it's, you know, the guys that think they know it all, I don't care what they're doing, whether they're mechanics or riders. If they think they know it all, usually not the guys that are the guys running up front continually. It's the guys that are always trying to be. Mladen was the king of it, and Josh picked up from that and said, I'm going to be even better. And he is constantly asking, how do I go a little bit faster? You know, and we're trying to instill that in Melissa, you know, too, and she's just trying to beat him. Is the problem. She comes to camp, she's there with him too, you know. I got some pictures of her actually passing Josh, you know, at Supercamp, so he doesn't like me breaking those out either. So
Melissa's made some pretty big strides. I mean, this year she's definitely faster than she was last year. I mean, she's not finishing last. She's not the last person on the grid. She's seriously mixing it up.
She is. Probably, and it's weird to say, her biggest detriment is she's so damn competitive. I mean, she is like her worst critic, you know, is her problem, you know, and she's had some pretty big, you know, she had some speed building last year at the end of the year, got taken out, busted her leg pretty bad, she was out for a while, got back, got going pretty good, did the thing at Daytona, had to go through the whole thing with her finger. She, you know, it takes a little bit to come back from some of that stuff, you know, even for, you know, us guys, it takes a little bit, and, you know, for her, it was the same kind of thing, and she's just starting to break through those again and taking those steps, you know, and she probably is too analytical to be a motorcycle. You know, she's got to let go of some of that because she gets some of that from him also. You know, trying, like, sometimes you got to just let it go, freaking pull up your skirt and go, girl. You know, and you know, especially with Elena yesterday. You know, that I don't care what she says on the camera. I mean, you know that hurt. You know, that hurt. And so we'll see. She dropped a lot of time yesterday in the race, and I look forward to dropping some more time this weekend.
Well, thanks for chatting. We appreciate it, and good luck with all your responsibilities around here.
Yeah, I don't know.